Okay, new game, new game. And make it a game, make it fun, you know? It's kind of crazy to know this stuff. This is a different setup than I have in the book. So in the book, again, you've got exercises, play with it, quiz your friends, just repetition, 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 okay? We're gonna do the outer four Jovian or Jupiter-like planets, although these are often called the gas giants and these the ice giants. You might guess why. We've got the inner four in very close, and I can't even draw it here, but I'll show you how to draw it. These guys way out here, you know the order, so we're going to put in the order from the sun of these outer four planets with a bonus. We're going to figure out what their diameters are compared with Earth and how far away they are. So we want to know how wide are they compared with Earth and how far away, but not from sun. Why? Because I didn't find a pattern with that. This is the pattern that I came up with just looking at these numbers. So the memory aid is 10-4 Big Buddy. And if you're on the Citizens Band or CB radio and you're a trucker, so you don't have to deal with cell phones and things like that, you just talk on and you say, so, you know, you're a new trucker, and the trucker says, hey, you know, there's an accident up here, you might want to take whatever, 880 instead of 580, and you go over there and you say to them, wow, thank you very much, I understand what you're saying, and they'll go, wow, that's clearly a dweeb, newbie. So what you want to say to be cool is 10-4, Big Buddy. That means I get you, I understand, gotcha, thanks. Right? So 10-4, Big Buddy. And these are big. They are big buddies. They're big. And 10-4, it's an amazing, this is even simpler than simple fractions, okay? Once you get the gig. Okay, so let's do the order of these, and then I'll tell you what 10-4, Big Buddy means. And it's in the book, so you get to see it in a couple of ways. All right, what's the order from the sun? Well, you know this. You know this very well. Let me make sure that you can see that. Yeah, you're pretty good. My very excellent mother, Mars, not Mercury. Mercury, Mars. Actually, asteroid belt, just sent us 9 pizzas and Cokes. You know what that is? So, just sent us 9. Just sent us 9. Remember, don't mess up that order. That spells sun. It's pretty nice. So just Jupiter. Then farther out is Saturn, Neptune. Wait, use the memory aid. So if you're just guessing, or just you're trying to remember, use the memory. Just sent us, Uranus, Neptune, pizzas, Pluto, and Cokes, comets. All right, so we're going to do how wide they are and how far away. Why? Because it tells us about these worlds and helps us visualize this. Okay, we're going to compare it to Earth. Drop that down here. Now, how would you know? Well, you have to get started somehow, and then you have to use your memory aid. So let me do this. Yeah. So this is Jupiter, right? So I'm talking over here about, I'm going to do these straight across. This is Jupiter, or just J. Saturn, aside from Sun, that's good, S or Sat. U, N, and Pluto, or P. So I'm going to go straight across. And going across, I'm imagining not from sun the distances, but this is more space travel, like if you were flying out there. So let's start from Earth, okay? So from Earth, can I just put an E for Earth, please? And we want to go to these guys. I don't care about Mars, but I do care about Mars, but we're going to go from Earth and we're going to head to Jupiter, Okay? So from Earth to Jupiter. And this is if they were lined up like I've drawn up here. Now, you know they could be anywhere in their orbit, so very different distance. I'm just getting really the distances between the orbits, or if they're lined up. So Earth to Jupiter. And then I keep going. So I keep going from Jupiter to Saturn. You can just say J to S if you want, but you got to remember what it means. And then I keep going. How much farther? Well, I'm going to go from Saturn to Uranus. And then I keep going from Uranus to Neptune. And then I keep going from Neptune, or just N, to P, or Pluto. Okay? And you're going to see something. Boy, you alone know so much about this solar system just from memorizing this. Well, how do I use this 10-4 big buddy thing? Here's the answer. Jupiter has two numbers that you're looking for. Its width and its distance from Earth, if in a straight line. Saturn has two numbers, its width and its distance from Jupiter, if in a straight line. Uranus, distance, diameter, distance, diameter, distance, diameter, distance. You have two numbers for every planet. One of those numbers is 10, and the other is 4. Every planet has one 10 and one 4. It's either 10 and 4 or 4 and 10. Is it exact? No. Is it good? It's really good. Okay, so that's my memory aid. Sticking with it. How would you know? Well, you'd have to have some picture, some image in your head. So let's go with this image. You can look at images and Google this. Whoa, look at that. Wow, Earth was the big one in the group of the terrestrial planets, wasn't it? But these things, no wonder they're called gas giants and ice giants. They are huge, right? And when we talk about planets around other worlds, we often talk about how many Jupiter's wide or Neptune's wide or Earth's wide are these planets around other worlds. We try to get a sense and we do all that stuff. So this will give you such an understanding, just to start to get a sense, okay? So, tell me, how many Earths fit across Jupiter? Now you only have two choices in your answer. What are they? 10 or 4. You can only do 10 or 4. So if you had to choose between those, is Jupiter 10 Earths wide or 4 Earths wide? I know what you're going to say. Pause if you don't. Fill it out. See what you can do. See if you can pause and fill the whole thing out and then come back. 1 Earth wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe not quite to the center, because the reality is Jupiter's about 11 Earths wide. But who cares, 11.2 or something like that? No one cares. It's about 10. So wait a minute. What about Saturn? If you got to choose between 10 and 4, what are you going to choose? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty close to the center. In fact, Saturn's like 9.5 Earths wide. So 10's good there too. Saturn's a little smaller than 10. Jupiter's a bit bigger than 10. Right? And if you shrink it down this way and this way and this way, you see the difference right there. Okay, so cool. So you know how wide those two are. How wide is Uranus or Neptune? You only have two choices, 10 or 4. Right? Clearly 4. You want to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Real answer, something like 3.9 and 3.8 Earths wide. That's close enough to 4, right? Why do I even know that? I don't know. Just it is. Okay, cool. So now you know the widths. And because you have the memory aid, you know the distances, but not from sun. Not from sun. I might be dying on the battery here. Let's see, got it plugged in. So fill that in, quick, quick, quick. Don't die on me, battery. I think I'm plugged in. All right. What have you got? How wide was Jupiter? About 10, 11. No, don't do the 11, don't be picky. So if that's true, then what's this number? It's got to be 4. About 4 AUs. That's 4, right? 4 times as far away as Sun is. It's a long distance. Saturn was 9.5, 10, good enough, 10. So how far is Saturn from Jupiter? Keeping going. It's got to be 4. It's 10-4, big buddy. Uranus was only 4 Earths wide, still big. So this number's got to be 10. Neptune similarly. That means you're way out there. Way out there. From Earth to Jupiter, 4. From Earth to Saturn, 8. And then again, more than that, out to Uranus. And then, what did we have over here? You remember that? 1/5. That doesn't quite fit in the pattern, but we remember it from before, so that's great. And do you remember this maybe? From Neptune to Pluto, it's about 10 AU. So you might say really 0 to 20 AU between those two. Pluto was actually a little closer, not that long ago, to us than Neptune. And that means that if you count this up, from Sun to Earth is 1 AU, then to Jupiter, 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 4 is 9, but we'll call it 10, 20, 30, 40. Sun to Pluto is about 10 times 4, big buddy, 40 AU. Pluto can be as close as 30 AU, as far as 50 AU. Okay, so it is way out there, and you could imagine it's pretty darn cold. And so that gives you a sense, you know those widths. Let's do a drawing, let's do some drawings, and actually let's see it in physical size. Let me see how we're doing. Are we still going? We're still going, yes, yes, physical size. And then we'll draw it. If we take Earth and we shrink it down 4 times to what Moon would be, Moon, Earth, shrink Earth down, now it's that big of a ball. Let's get rid of these guys here, pull, there, go away. All right, that is Earth. That is Earth. Now, how big would Uranus and Neptune be? Oh, it'd be as big as that globe because it's 4 times wider than Earth. I've got this one to take its place here. Earth and then Neptune and Uranus. How big? And again, the thing is, it's cool in a way, is you're multiplying by 4 times that way, and this way. So you see the volume really goes up. Okay, we're good. And now we'd like to know how big Jupiter would be. Well, we've got to multiply this 10, 10, and 10. And that looks like that. Right? Not too bad. That would be Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter, a tiny bit bigger, Saturn a little smaller, but gives you a sense when you multiply it to create the volume there. So crazy. How can I show that to my friend? Well, if my friend's still listening to me and talking to me. Because, come on, friend. If this isn't cool, what is? I do this. Very simple. I make an Earth. I make an Earth. So an Earth, let's make an Earth this big. Just make a circle. And then you start drawing circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's this? Who would be as wide as 4 Earths? Try to make a circle, no eggs, right? This is Uranus and Neptune. 1 Earth, 4 Earths wide. Then you keep going, you just keep going. 5 Earths wide, 6 Earths, 7 Earths, 8 Earths, 9 Earths, 10 Earths wide. And who is that? What 2 planets are that wide? Jupiter and Saturn. You want to keep going? Do 100 or 109 Earths and you'll get Sun. Try that out. Now, how do I show this to finish this off? And we're going. That's good. So you can do this. I think we've done it. I think we've got this chapter, your solar system. My very excellent mother actually just sent us 9 pieces and Cokes. You know how it formed. You know the steps. Make sure you can say them. You know why knowing size and distance matters. Make sure you can say that in an essay question. If I take Sun and I just make it some whatever, even a dot, and I want to show distances, it's hard, but you could do this. You could do this with 1 finger. You know, forget about those inner planets, but still, it's Earth. Use Earth. So put 1 finger, and right there is going to be Earth. If that's true, then how many more fingers out to Jupiter? Pause it. Struggle with it. Remember, this is what you've got to do. If I give you the answer, I take away the exercise. 4 fingers out to Jupiter. Then how far out to Saturn? Well, you do it. You do it. Come on. There's Jupiter. There's Saturn. Wait a minute. That's 8. 4 and 4. 8. And then 2 more fingers. Uranus. And that's 10, so I can just take that again. 10. S-U-N. Don't put Neptune here. Neptune's way out there. And again, now I got here Pluto, but Pluto can be as close as Neptune and as far as another 10 AU. And you can label those, right? And you have a sense, boy, it's cold out there. What do you think their moons would be like? Would they be active and warm? Depends on how big they are, right? But they're way out there. They're so cold. Could they hold an atmosphere? Being cold makes it easier to hold the atmosphere because the gas isn't moving as fast. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on in these worlds out here. I wonder what's going on in these worlds here with Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Could there be life? Well, we can send robotic probes to these places, and we can check things out. And we're planning missions, right? People are planning missions, and some of these moons turn out to be very interesting. And Chapter 8 is about studying some features of the worlds, just like we studied the layers of Earth, and contrasted that with Moon. And with that, we can quickly fly by Mercury, Venus, Mars. The outer planets, very, very short and quick, a few cool things, right? Pluto and the dwarf planets out there. And a few moons of interest I want to show you. And we'll talk about that in Chapter 8. So, coming up. I think that's it for Chapter 7. Did we do it? We did it. Yes. Use the memory aid. Say it over and over.